So this month has really been such a good month for collabs. Not even just this month, but the last few, we've had some of the best collabs come out. And I have a new one today, and it is between Glaminatrix and Monolith. We have the Crown Legacy palette. She is beautiful, and I am so excited to get into the looks. This one, like, honestly just takes my breath away. I love it so much, and I use so many shades to create this, and I'm excited to show you how. But not only that, I dug through my collection and found a few palettes that have a very similar vibe to this one, and we're going to do some comparisons at the end. So let's go ahead and get started. If this is your first time here, my name is Heather, and I really do love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands. And if you guys happen to love those things too, I really hope you will choose to stick around, subscribe. I would love to see you back. I would love to hear from you down below in the comments. But like I said, I am just excited to get into the details, the swatches. That way I can show you guys, you know, how I created the looks. I really do think this is a fun color story, and obviously so, because it has been done a few times. But even though I have found a few palettes in my collection that have similar vibes, the undertones in this one do make it different, and I am so in love with this green. I think it is so beautiful, and it takes my breath away, but the shimmers and stuff in here are gorgeous as well. So I did want to give you some details on this, like I said. So you can pick this up in the EU at Monolith shop, and it's retailing for £48, and that's not bad at all. It actually is like around 60 some US dollars, which is kind of crazy because it's $85 in American money on the actual Glaminatrix site. But I'm wondering if maybe that might have something to do with the tariffs and stuff. I do know they have been shipping these. This was actually the first palette that launched from their new, like, US warehouse. So I don't know, like, why the price is so much different. Okay, so scratch what I said about the price, because when I looked it up on Google, it actually showed the price down below, and it said it was like 80 some dollars. But when I actually clicked on the site, it's popping up as it's retailing for 57 US dollars, which makes a lot more sense. But with this palette, you get 15 beautiful shades, 8 of which are really pigmented mattes, and then you also have 7 shimmers that are a mix of multi-chromes, duochromes, and really shifty metallics that are not shifty, but really like high shine and packful types of shades. And I love the jewel tones in here. I think it is really, really beautiful. But I hope you guys enjoyed the swatches and everything. I am just ready to dive into these looks. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on both of them. So let's go ahead and get started with look number 1. So now we'll get into the look. I want to go, first of all, let's admire this color story because it is beautiful. But to start out, I want to dip into this shade here, Jewel. And I think I'm going to just do it here in the inner part. Like I said, I've really went back and forth with this look a lot today, but I am so excited to be playing with it and creating it. Also, the highlighter is the DEXTER in Lethal Cosmetics highlighter, which you know is a favorite, but I did it with one of the new highlighters from DIEVERUNE. I mixed them, and it's in the shade Fanged Flora, but I love the combo so much. It's so icy and pretty. Makes me very, very happy. Okay. Oh, and I'm so happy, you guys. I finally got my YENSA concealer back in, and it's life-changing. It makes me so happy. But now I want to go into the shade Air. And I love muted greens. They make me so happy. I think they're so pretty. And I'm just using an E06 from Singe. And I'm going to press this into the crease most of the way through. I'm going to switch over to an E03 brush, a large blending brush from Singe, because I kind of want this to go up higher and be lighter. It's going to be like the base shade of the outer part of the eye. So I want a fluffier brush. Then I'll use that dense brush to really pack it in. But I think this look is going to be so fun. At least that's the hope. I think I might want to take a little bit of this color in the inner part of the lid as well. So I'm just using an E0. What is this? I can't even remember. So I'm just using an E04 and pressing that throughout the crease. And then I'll just use like that neutral shade to keep it blended out. But it kind of gives a little more color there to the inner part of the eye. And I do like that. I kind of like those two colors together actually. Then I'll use that E03 with that shade Jewel and just kind of take it around. There is like a more gray leaning shade too that would be really nice with this green too. But I really love the look of these two together. I think they're so pretty. But I'm going to do the same exact thing on the lower lash line real quick. I really love this combo with the neutral and this like almost sage kind of green. But I do want to amp it up and use a little bit of, ooh, I stuck my nail in that, of this shade here, Rain. I think that would be really cute. I actually have a dog named Rain. And she's beautiful. She's a chubby girl. But I'm going to use an E25 from Sigma and pack this here. I will say, I spoke too soon. So with the greens and stuff, I wasn't getting as much kick up, but I am with the blue. I don't know how well you can see. Let's see down there. But the green and the neutral wasn't like that. But I think this like pop of color in here will be really pretty. I love green and blue together. Plus, it gave me an excuse to pair these highlighters together, which I've been dying to do ever since I got that DIEVERUNE highlight. I think I want to go ahead and run some of this on the lower lash line as well. I'm going to use an F07 from Singe Beauty and just run that along the lower lash line. I do wish there was a black in this palette. I feel like if there was, I could have done a lot more, or not even a black, but like a dark brown would have been cool too. And then I'll go in with the E04 and just blend that out. You know what? Let's do a little bit of this green shade. It's so pretty. I love it so much. We'll do a little of that down here. Add another pop of color to that lower lash line. Okay, so now I'm going in with the Shine On from Cleona. These shimmers in this palette are freaking gorgeous. I can't wait to see them on the eye. But I just put that all over the lid. Actually, I meant to not put it there, but I don't know. I might end up covering it with the shimmer. I'm not really sure. We'll see. Okay, to start, I want to go in with the shade Empire. It's so beautiful. It's such a pretty shade. It's like this soft green, but it has like this really beautiful gold flip. And I think it would give this eye look a lot of contrast. and just be so stunning. And I thought it could be really pretty, like right there. You also have like this sage green that would have been pretty too, but I wanted a little more oomph, you know what I mean? So I also want to do just a little bit of this shade, Dynasty. It's a really pretty multi-chrome. I can never get them to show. Maybe, kind of. But I'll just use my finger and kind of put this here on the edge. But see that? That just transformed that whole look and added like this extra flair to it, I feel like. It made it so much more fun and interesting. That makes me so happy. And then I want to use a little bit of the gold that I was talking about. It's the shade Gilded, which is really pretty. But I don't think I'm going to spray it. I think I want to just use the brush and tap it to where it kind of fades into the matte. I love this so much, and that shimmer blended so nicely into that blue. I honestly really don't even need to add anything there, like blend. So I think I'm going to leave it like that. And I don't know what I want to put on this lower lash line just yet. I think I'm going to decide that actually like off camera. But I'm going to go finish this look, and I can't wait to see what it looks like all complete. But honestly, the eye look and the highlighter kind of just flows into it with the cheeks and the lips. I love the whole vibe. So I must say, I absolutely love this look, especially all complete. The lashes and everything really just bring it together in the best way. I just love this lip combo too so much. But to the eyes. So to finish off the look, I used Exit from ColourPop and Icebreaker from ColourPop and the Bad Gal Bang mascara and Flare lashes. I've been stuck on this combo for a minute now, as you know. I will say though, I am starting to get some creasing a little, but it is tapping out. I don't know if maybe I didn't like make sure my primer was completely blended, so I'll just pay attention tomorrow and see if it does it again. But it does tap out, so I'll just have to pay attention, like I said, and see if it does it again tomorrow. But let me know what you guys think of this look. Like I said earlier, I just love the eyes and the highlighter together with the blush and the lips. I think the whole thing is just such a vibe. But I'm excited to continue playing with the palette and to get into look number 2. I will say though, this reminds me so much of the new Artitude Cosmetics palette that just launched. I did pick it up, so we'll do some comparisons when I get it, but I think they do look really similar, at least online. But let's go ahead now and move on to look number 2. I am back and ready for look number 2. So I've already primed my eyes with my Sigma eyeshadow base. I'm kind of proud of myself because I was really bad about just saying the hell with it and always using concealer, but I've been good about using the Sigma base and I'm happy about it. Plus, I really do like it a lot. Also, I'm excited to get into this look. Oh, and also, I wanted to tell you, I've been loving these Singe Beauty lip liners. Today I have on the shade Brazen Birch. It's like the perfect nude shade if you have a very light skin tone like myself. I love it so much, but I love several of the shades. They're just so beautiful. And I'm excited, you guys, because we're going to get into look number 2. I don't really know what I'm going to do, but I also wanted to tell you, because I did mention in look number 1 that I had planned on picking up the Artitude palette, but you're gonna have to let me know like how interested you are in seeing it, because if I do pick it up, my review on it is gonna be late because I kind of have to choose between Okay, so I wasn't able to pick up the Glamlight Saw collection. Times are tough right now, guys. You know, I don't have to tell you. But I wasn't able to pick up that or the new Adept palette. And now I'm kind of having to decide between the Artitude palette and the new one from Bella Beauty Bar. They're releasing another Halloween palette, and I am so excited to see what it is. But I don't even know what the color story is yet, but their Halloween palettes are so iconic. And since the Artitude palette is so similar to this one and similar to a lot of other palettes I have in my collection, and Bella Beauty Bar is like my top favorite brand, I do feel more drawn to that one. So if I do end up reviewing the one from Artitude, which I would like to because I've not missed a launch from them since I started reviewing them, I won't be able to pick it up till later. So I did want to mention that. So let me know if you guys are into seeing a review on it. Because if not, I might just skip it all around. I don't know. But we're going to start with this eye look. And it's going to be fun. Hopefully. But I'm going to start with an E06. And we're going to go in with the shade Air. I'm going to put this in the inner corner, or on the inner part of the lid. See, this is not tapped out all the way, and I want to make sure it is because I remember those shimmers creasing with the last look. I didn't actually film yesterday, so there was a break in between the two looks because my brake pads went out on my car and I ended up having to change them. So that ended up like kind of cutting into my day, so I just decided to wait and film this look today. Oh, and I cooked dinner last night. We let the kids cook sometimes. They're not really, I mean, they're kids, but they're not. It's a long story, but we're trying to teach them like how to cook, how to be independent, and you know, things you're supposed to do. And I don't cook very often, but I actually cooked last night after I changed my brakes, and it was fun. I missed it. But I'm just gonna place this shade here. I kind of want like a light layer of it, almost just using this as a base color. It's been like 3 weeks and I'm still not recovered from this rhinovirus. It's like, so supposed to be a common cold, but I guess where I have allergies and asthma, it's not going away. It's kicking my butt. Okay, so now I want to go into this green. I love shades like this undertone of green. I just think it's so pretty. And I'm gonna press this here in the crease. I wanted to use that lighter green because I was afraid this shade would be too dark to be like on its own. But I just love the color of this so much. It's so pretty. This look is gonna be kind of smoky. I was looking at look number 1, like looking at the footage this morning, and I feel like that look kind of turned out a little monochromatic. And those, like, while I thought that look was gorgeous, those just aren't my favorite types of looks. So my goal today is to create something that I can vibe with just a little more. I think I have similar color stories to this in my collection as well, and if I remember, I would like to maybe do some comparisons at the end. I'll have to like go through my collection and see what I have. I like to start doing that with a lot of my videos, but I don't always see those connections. You guys like will end up bringing them up to me in a comment, and then I'm like, you know what, that is so true. I think I'm going to do this green all on the lower lash line, but I'm going to use this little brush from ColourPop. It's the E26, and I'm going to run this along the lower lash line. and just press it in. And then I'll use this E04 brush from Singe to help blend that out. Now I want to play with this shade, Throne, and I'm just going to build it up with another E06, and we're going to add this out here in like a little blob. And I am starting with the deep shade because I will use the shade Noble to blend it out. If anyone could tell me how to fix this squeaky chair, or if there is a way to fix it, like have you ever fixed a squeaky chair? I would love to know because it's driving me crazy and I can't afford to just keep buying $200 office chairs, but it's really annoying. Especially when I'm editing, every time I hear it squeak, I cringe. But look at the pigmentation on that. I'm going to switch though to an E25. That way I can kind of like pack it in the crease. And then use the brush to kind of blend it out. I'm not really worried about blending this part just yet. More than anything, I just want to get this color laid down. And you know, I love like these tones together, like green and purple. But I'm probably going to be throwing some of this blue in the look too. Okay, now using the E03, I'm going into Noble, and I'm going to use this to blend out the edges of this purple. So now I want to go into the dark blue with another E25 and build it up out here. Actually first, but look at that. You can actually see the blue on the color, which is the goal. But I'm going to use an E07 because I also wanted to use this down here as well. And I didn't tap the E25 and I did get fallout, as you can see probably right there. So I'll have to try to get rid of that. It's some of their shades are like really loosely packed. I know they hand press a lot of their stuff. I don't know if this one was. I'm just going to run this along the outer part of the lower lash line because I want some of that blue to be like prominent, like really stand out. And then I'll use the E04 to blend. See, that's so pretty. So going in with the Shine On from Clionadh, I am ready to get into the shimmers. That's always like the thing that makes the look for me and just really brings it together. So I'm just slapping this on the eye, and I've already picked out what shades I want to use, and I'm excited. Hopefully it all works out. Okay, so I'm actually going to start with the lower lash line. I'm going to use this little Clionadh brush, but I'm going to go into this shade and run this like down here on this half. But first, I am going to spray it. It's like blue, but it has like a purple duochrome shifty goodness. Let's do the top, and then I'll figure out what I want to do here. So, going in with the shade Opulent, which is this really purple, pretty purple shimmer. And I'm going to just put this out here in the outer part. And then I'll have to go back in with that blue and build it back up. Okay, now I want to go in with the shade Empire. And I'm going to just add that right here. But I don't think I'm going to take it all the way in. And I do want to layer it some over the purple. Yeah, I love this a lot. The combo with the blue is really fun, I feel like. And then I'll just use my E01 with some of that green shade to kind of blend this into the matte. I'm going to take that same shade on that same little Cleona brush and add it down here. Yeah, I like this one a lot more than I did the first one. It's a little more exciting for me. I am back with the finished look and I love it so much. It is my favorite out of the two for sure, especially with the highlighter. The highlighter always just sells the eye look for me. I don't know. You'll have to let me know if you feel the same. But I use two liners. This one is from Pear Nova. I got it in some kind of a subscription box, but I can't even say the shade name. I will have it linked down below. It's a metallic. It's not my favorite color per se, but it does match the inner corner, which is what I was looking for. Then I used dark blue from Glisten Cosmetics. So for mascara, I really need to invest in some new mascaras because they all seem to be drying out at once and it's time to replace them. But I used two, the Bad Gal Bang from Benefit and the Maybelline Firework Mascara. And then I finished it off with Flare from Bright Lashes. I love these. I've been wearing them a lot lately because I can't seem to put them down. They just, I don't know. They make me so happy. Okay, so I told you I'd dig through my collection, and I have. So, just a refresh of the color story of this palette. I did pull out three. They might not be like dead on exact, but they do give pretty similar vibes. And the first one is the Cosmic Beauty The Lovers palette. And I actually just talked about these three specific palettes, well, two of the three, in a video, this or that, talking about similar palettes, but these two remind me so much of each other. And honestly, do I feel like you need both? Probably not. And I really like them both, but I do prefer the mattes in this palette because you don't have to worry about the fallout and stuff, or be as like cautious with them, if that makes sense. But the color stories really remind me of each other. And then the next one would be the Nomad Chamonix Après-Ski, which is a beautiful palette as well. Now this one does have like some more differences with the greens, like especially this shade, which I love so much in this palette. But again, they do have very similar vibes. You'll have to let me know what you think, but I think you could get similar types of looks out of those. And then last, the Harvest of Souls. This is my favorite palette out of all of these. I love this so much, and you do get a more like different type of variety with this one. I also really love the shimmers in this one as well. They're gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, these shimmers are beautiful too, but man, Harvest of Souls was like so amazing. And like I was saying, these aren't like dead on, but I do feel like you can get very similar vibes out of them. And Harvest of Souls, like I said, is my favorite. But out of all of these, I think the one it's most like is the Lovers palette from Cosmic Brushes. But I will link all of these palettes down below in case you are interested in any of them. Now, as for the palette, this was fun. I did have a lot of fun with it. I think the packaging is beautiful. And I am a pretty big fan of Glaminatrix. There's just little things I would change, like I wish the matte formula wasn't so loosely pressed. That way you wouldn't have to worry about fallout, with that being said, the only shade I really had issue with that in that aspect was this blue shade down here. But I think this color story is really, really beautiful. And I had a lot of fun with it. The looks were beautiful. I love the undertones of some of the shades they picked. It was just so much fun. But you'll have to let me know if you picked this one up. Congratulations again to Monolith and Glaminatrix. That's such a fun collab and makes me happy to see it. Also, don't forget to let me know your thoughts on the Artitude palette and if you're really interested in seeing looks with it or hearing my thoughts on it. I would love to know down below, especially since I'll be picking it up late. But thank you guys so much for watching this video all the way till the end. Honestly, it was such a good time and I just had so much fun, and I hope you loved the looks. You'll have to let me know which one was your favorite down below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. And until next time, bye.